mine tonight. I wish I could be a fly on your wall. Are you really alone? Who's stealing your dreams? Why can't I breathe you into my life? What would it take to make you see that I'm alive? If I was invisible, then I could just watch you in your room. If I was invincible, I'd make you mine tonight. If hearts were unbreakable, then I could just tell you where I stand. I would be the smartest man if I was invisible. Wait, I already am. Saw your face in the crowd. I call out your name. You don't hear a sound. I keep tracing your steps, each move that you make. Wish I could read what goes through your mind. Wish you could touch me with the colors of your life. If I was invisible, then I could just watch you in your room. If I was invincible, I'd make you mine tonight. If hearts were unbreakable, then I could just tell you where I stand. I would be the smartest man if I was invisible. Wait, I already am. Reach out, but you don't even see me. Even when I scream out, baby, you don't hear me. I am nothing without you, just a shadow passing through. If I was invisible, then I could just watch you in your room. If I was invincible, I'd make you mine tonight. I would make you unbreakable. Then I could just tell you where I stand. I would be the smartest man if I was invisible. If I was invisible. If I was invisible. If I was invisible.
Scott Schroeder, Greg Melvin, Lynn Conley here with you on a Monday afternoon. I got to tell you, Greg, you missed an interesting one on Saturday. Lynn and I, of course, were at the Connecticut Valley beer and wine tasting, and I have to tell you, I've never noticed quite how a lot of wine, 15 different wineries, a couple of different breweries. Mm-hmm. Greg, every heterosexual male in the room had the exact same look on their face. It looked a lot like this. The girls are all walking around, oh, look at this, oh, we gotta try this one, and all the guys are like, give me more. They just looked so miserable, just so depressed to actually have to be walking around, and it was horrible. Interesting group of people. We have to give a shout out to our new friend Jen, and I don't remember the guy's name from Texas Roadhouse.
I don't remember.
I don't think we got it, but she walks over at the end of the night with this. The pan had to have been about this big. Do you still have any of those rolls left?
A couple, not many
with
though.
this huge handmade rolls that they make at the restaurant. She hands it to Lynn. She goes, "Here, do you want this?" And she goes, "Do you want one?" And I'm like, "No, but you get any of that pork left? Because hook me up, baby." It was awesome.
That stuff was good.
It was so good. Let's see. Interesting day around here. Eddie Money's on the 3 o'clock three-peat. Headed your way before that. Duran Duran, Billy Squire, Matchbox 20, NXS, something very, very special to kick off the holiday season for us. I'm not going to say what it is, but I'll give you the artist. And if you roll your eyes fast enough, the artist is a guy by the name of Bob Rivers. Greg is either surfing porn sites or anxiously looking for stories for 2 o'clock, or he's asleep. I'm not quite sure which one of the three it is.
And now, let's take a look at the news and sports.
The news and sports today are brought to you by Mayday Painting. For your free quote, give them a call today at 860-689-4316. A surgeon infected with Ebola while treating patients in Sierra Leone has died in Nebraska. Pope Francis has announced that he will visit Philadelphia in September of 2015. There were heavy delays after a crash involving a car and a truck rolling over on 91 North near New Haven this morning. Rain and sleet are causing slippery conditions throughout the state. Poor drainage in areas where leaves have clogged sewers have raised flooding concerns. In Week 11 NFL action on Thursday night, the Dolphins over the Bills 22-9. On Sunday, the Texans over the Browns 23-7. The Bears over the Vikings 21-13. The Rams over the Broncos 22-7. The 49ers over the Giants 16-10. The Chargers over the Raiders 13-6. The Packers over the Eagles 53-20. The Falcons over the Panthers 19-17. The Bengals over the Saints 27-10. The Colts over the Seahawks 24-20. The Buccaneers over the Redskins 27-7. The Cardinals over the Lions 14-6. And the New England Patriots over the Colts 42-20. On Monday Night Football, the Titans will host the Steelers. In NCAA basketball action, the defending champion UConn Huskies kicked off their season beating Bryant 66-53. They will host Charleston on Thursday. In NBA action, it was the Knicks, the Rockets, the Ducks, the Warriors all winning. The Boston Celtics were off. They will host the Suns tonight. On the ice, the Wild, the Canadiens, the Panthers, the Sharks, the Blackhawks, the Coyotes all won. The Boston Bruins were off. They host the Blues tomorrow. In AHL action, the Hartford Wolfpack fell to Manchester 4-3. This is Scott Schroeder for the Scott Show on WKKN Digital Radio. All right, a couple of sports-related things that I want to touch on. First of all, a quick look at the current standings after 11 weeks of the NFL season. In the NFC, the Falcons, by some miracle. The Falcons are in first place in the NFC South with a record of 4-6. Now, how the hell?
Yeah, I remember a couple years ago, I think it was the Seahawks.
They were 8-8 and won the division.
No, 8-9.
8-9?
Or not 8-9.
7-9?
Yeah, 7-9.
And won the division?
I believe so. I think it was the first time a team won a division. Maybe not the first time, but I know it was the first time in a long time that a team won their division with a losing record.
I know, it kills me. In the West, the Cardinals are 9-1. They are in first place there. It is the first time since 1948 that the Cardinals have been 9-1.
Wow.
In the North, the Lions at 7-3. In the East, the Eagles at 7-3. The AFC, in the South, the Colts are 6-4. The Broncos are 7-3. They have fallen to the number 2 seed. The Bengals are 6-3 in the North, and the Patriots are 8-2. They now have sole possession of the number 1 seed in the AFC East. Go ahead, Cheer. I know you want
How
to.
about them Patriots, huh?
Now, here's my question. Of course, UConn kicked off their defense of their championship the other night. And have you ever noticed that the UConn men play teams that you've never heard of in the first couple games of the year?
That's what a lot of the bigger name colleges do. It's kind of like warm-up games, essentially.
What was so funny about that? What?
Just
Go ahead, say it.
picking on a little guy.
Let's beat up on...
Let's warm up on him.
I mean, they're going to play Quinnipiac. That's going to be a fun game to watch.
Actually, Quinnipiac is surprisingly a pretty good team.
Are they?
Yep. I mean, they're not up there with UConn and all, but they aren't terrible.
And I thought it was funny and we talked about this before we went on the air, but in the last night's game, Brady threw an interception that every high school quarterback in the world has thrown. I don't know. It just kind of looked like he turned around and went, screw it, and just let it go. Maybe somebody in a white shirt will get over there. It gets picked off. He comes back in the second half, and you could tell that in the locker room, Belichick just bitched him out. because he came back out with this look on his face like, all right, watch this. Of course, next Thursday, Thanksgiving here. And I'm kind of thinking that as Thanksgiving officially kicks off the holiday season, and a lot of stations are starting to switch over. I noticed that some of the easier stations in the area have already switched and are playing a lot of Christmas music. We're not going to do that.
Good.
We will, however, from time to time, play something as ridiculous as this. The artist is Bob Rivers. The album is called Twisted Christmas. The song is The Restroom Door Said Gentlemen.
The
ever heard this song?
restroom door said gentlemen, so I just walked inside. I took 2 steps and realized I'd been taken for a ride. I heard high voices, turned and found the place was occupied by 2 nuns, 3 old ladies and a nurse. What could be worse than 2 nuns, 3 old ladies and a nurse? The restroom door said, gentlemen, it must have been a gag. As soon as I walked in there, I ran into some old hag. She sprayed me with a can of mace and smacked me with her bag. I could tell this just wouldn't be my day. What can I say? It just wasn't turning out to be my day. The restroom door said, gentlemen, and I would like to find the crummy little creep who had the nerve to switch the sign. 'Cause I've got 2 black eyes and 1 high heel up my behind. Now I can't sit with comfort and joy. Boy, oh boy, no, I'll never sit with comfort